Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got 3 replays in 3 different tanks. And once again, it is the 3 different variations of the same tank. And that is the Tiger 2. If you do enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below, as it really does help out the channel. And yes, 3 replays. The first one is in the Tech Tree Tiger 2. The second replay is in the King Tiger, which is the premium German heavy tank. And then the third one is the Captured King Tiger, which is the premium American version of the tank. And we're just going to do what we did for the Bulldog video, which is basically show off the statistics of the 3 tanks, and you can see the similarities but also the differences that these tanks have, because you might look at the King Tiger, for example, and then think, oh, it's just a premium Tiger 2. It must be exactly the same. It's not. There is some differences. Minor differences, but differences enough that tell them apart. And there's big differences between the Captured King Tiger and the other 2. So, the German Tiger 2, the Tech Tree original German Tiger 2, one of my original favourite heavy tanks. And, to be honest, this day and age, it still stands up after all the buffs they gave it, because it is solid. The armour on it is solid for a tier 8 heavy tank. The gun is the same as it always has been, which is utterly phenomenal. The accuracy is insane on this gun. It is the beautifulest sniper ever. And then you've got decent alpha at 320 for a heavy tank, and a DPM that is, it's not the best, but you can make it work, as you're going to see in this replay. So what do we have in terms of statistics? Well, the AP has 225 penetration for 320 alpha with 1100 meters a second shell velocity, which is really good for an AP round. APCR pen of 285 penetration on the premium, which is very good. Means you'll be able to penetrate pretty much everything you're going to face, which is glorious. For 1,375 meters a second shell velocity as well, which is absolutely fantastic for the premium round. 320 alpha on that one as 2, naturally. And the HE round has 60 pen with 420 damage. 1100 meters a second shell velocity on that one as well. 38 km/h top speed, which it does hit pretty easily, because it has a 870 horsepower engine for 12.36 horsepower per ton ratio. Which, yeah, again, like the tank basically hits its top speed pretty easily. It doesn't do too well on hills, but on flat you do hit your 38 km/h top speed. You got 400 meters of base view range, which is glorious for a tier 8 heavy tank. 10 seconds of base reload, which I say the DPM's a bit it's alright. 2.2 second aim time, which means this gun game's aimed in pretty damn quickly. 0.31 base accuracy, which is phenomenal. 0.68 on rotation and 1.47 on movement with the setup that I have, which is different to the actual King Tiger, because, and that is one of the differences as well, is the fact that this tank doesn't have to run the gun stabilizer, because the accuracy during rotation and movement with the setup that I have, plus the base accuracy and the aim time and stuff like that, means that this gun is phenomenal, even without the gun stabilizer. This is what you're seeing in this replay, that this gun hasn't got the gun stabilizer on it, and that is the difference between this and the King Tiger, because the King Tiger's accuracy stats and its accuracy during movement and rotation and stuff are worse than the Tiger 2. Which means that you do have to run the gun stabilizer on that tank. Which means you can actually get better DPM and stuff like that out of this tank, because you can run vents. Because I do run the advanced loader, vents, and optics. Optics to be able to spot for myself, vents to make the all-round tank better, and the loader to make the DPM better. And in terms of equipment, in terms of a crew, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Trap Mechanic, Clutch Braking, Steady Aim, Snapshot, and Run and Gun. The 3 gun perks to make sure that this gun is phenomenal, which it is. It is a phenomenal gun, but I want to make sure that it is as good as possible, and especially the fact that I don't run the gun stabilizer, I do want to help the gun out. And then clutch braking to make sure that the tank turns on a 6 minutes very quickly, or quicker than it does. I mean, you can get it up to about 31 degrees a second on the track traverse with that. And I do want to do that just to help it feel a little bit more nimble on its tracks, essentially. And yeah, the Tiger 2 it's a phenomenal tier 8 heavy tank, if I'm 100% honest with you. I really do love this thing. I love how it looks. The 2 skins that it gets are fantastic, because you do get 2 skins that you can buy for the tank, and it does look great. The gun is phenomenal. The DPM is not the best, but it's usable, and the armour on it, after they've buffed it numerous times, is actually pretty damn good as well for a tier 8 heavy tank. Sure, tier 9 and 10 premium rounds are probably going to butcher your armour, but again, sadly, what doesn't do that for a tier 8 heavy tank? It's usable. You can side scrape with this thing fantastically, work them over with this fantastic gun, and you can snipe beautifully too. And as well as that, having good view range means that you can get damn good assistance damage on quite a few maps too. And with that first replay that you saw there with the Tiger 2, you saw the epic victory. 4 kills, 3.9k damage, 1974 base XP, with that bit of assistance as well. The ace tanker, the steel wall, the high caliber, and a pretty damn nice game there for the original Tiger 2, the original German tech tree heavy tank. But now we're on to the premium, and that is the King Tiger. And like I say, you might look at this and go, it's a premium Tiger 2. It's got to be similar, right? Well, things are slightly different. So, this tank actually does have slightly different statistics. And it came out, I'm pretty sure this actually came out the exact same time as the Capture King Tiger as well. I'm pretty sure they came out as like a duo bundle. And yes, the King Tiger. Let's have a look at the statistics so you can see if there's any slight differences between this and the old Tiger 2. So, in terms of the statistics, it does have the same AP pen, with the same shell velocity, the same APCR pen with the same shell velocity, the same HE pen with the same shell velocity as the standard Tiger 2. It has a 38 km/h top speed with 870 horsepower, which gives you that 12.38 horsepower per ton, which means you hit that 38 km/h top speed pretty much exactly the same as the Tech Tree Tiger 2. It does have 0.2 better horsepower per ton ratio, that's because it seems to be slightly lighter, but yeah, it just means that you don't struggle to hit the top speed on the tank, which is nice. Just the same as the Tech Tree one. You got 400 meters base view range, which again, just like the Tech Tree one. But this is where things get slightly different, because you've got a 2.5 second aim time instead of 2.2, 0.34 base accuracy instead of 0.31. Which is a big difference. The aim time is a big difference in of itself, but then also the base accuracy being 0.3 worse is also a massive difference. It's not bad by any stretch. It's still pretty damn nice accuracy that you've got on this tank, but it is worse than the Tech Tree version. And then you've got second base reload as well, which is exactly the same. But look at the accuracy during rotation and movement. Now, this is with the setup that I run on this tank, and you're looking at it going, that's pretty much near enough the same as the Tech Tree Tiger 2. Yes, but I run Advanced Loader, the Gun Stabilizer, and Optics to get the accuracy during rotation and movement. I mean, the accuracy during rotation is actually better on this tank with the Gun Stabilizer than it is on the Tiger 2, but the accuracy during movement is the exact same as the Tiger 2. And I have to run the Gun Stabilizer to get it there. If you don't, the gun is a little bit troll at times when you're firing after movement. So it's something that you just have to bear in mind that with this tank, you might want to run the gun stabilizer instead of running vents, because you just kind of want to help the gun out and help it get to that level that the actual Tiger 2 has. And then once you've done that and you run the gun stabilizer, this gun is beautiful. And it's just like the Tech Tree Tiger 2 in the fact that it is a lovely, lovely gun to use. And it's just a pretty damn nice tank in general, the King Tiger. It's a premium version of the Tiger 2, and it's pretty damn much a lot of fun to play. If you like the Tiger 2, you are going to love this tank, because it's just basically the premium version of it. It makes premium credits. You just got to bear in mind that your gun handling, technically, is worse. So this game on this map, which is Serene Coast, we've managed 3.2k damage with 5 kills, 2,000 assistance. We've been absolutely pummeled by the artillery. I'm looking at him going, give me the top gun. Unfortunately, we missed the kill there on that GW Panther. We do not secure that top gun. I just wanted my revenge on the piggy. But we've still got time in this game to possibly secure it. The FV4202P is tracked in the open, so we get a nice shot straight through the side of his tank, which tracks him in place and damages his ammo rack. And unfortunately, we have a damaged ammo rack, which means we're just watching this guy die. It's like, please don't die, I want my top gun. And he drives back out in front of us. Come on, no! I just want to be Top Gun! We don't get the shot on that FV4202B. Maybe we can get a cheeky little shot into the equalizer, but unfortunately we don't get there to get the shot. And we finish the game with 3.6k damage, the epic victory, top of the team, the 5 kills, 2.2k assistance, ace tanker, high caliber. And yeah, the 2006 base XP. Pretty damn nice game there for the old King Tiger. Again, just showing you exactly what the Tiger 2 is about. Playstyle-wise, they are both exactly the same because they are very, very similar. Like I say, the difference is in that gun. But now we're on to the third replay. And the third replay is in the second Tiger 2 Premium, which is the Captured King Tiger. Now, this is American. This is an American Tier 8 Premium Heavy Tank, obviously based on the Tiger 2. And this tank does have some major, major differences to the other two tanks. This is where things get very, very much different, okay? So, the Capture King Tiger, for me, is a really fun tank when you are top tier. When you're against tier 9s and 10s, it starts to struggle. Why? Because it has lower alpha, but phenomenal DPM. And in the tier 9 and 10 games, I think I'd rather have the lower DPM for the higher alpha so that I hurt them a bit hard. Well, I hit them a bit harder when I fire at them, but I don't have to expose myself quite as much, right? That's my philosophy of why I prefer the other two to this one. But when you are top tier, this tank is just insane because the DPM is incredible. And I'm not just saying that. The DPM is absolutely nutty on this tank. Food boost, 4.1 seconds. It is beautiful, my son. It fires very, very fast, and you can just destroy the enemy tank in the blink of an eye. And it is very, very nice for that. So, in terms of the statistics for the Capture King Tiger, what have we got? We've got AP pen with 212 pen, 240 damage for 1,000 meters a second shell velocity, which means you do have slower shell velocity than the other two on your standard round, with the lower alpha and lower pen. You also have 259 APCR pen, with 240 damage like the standard round, but 1,200 meters a second shell velocity, so your APCR pen is far better than your AP pen. It's definitely a decent velocity for the APCR. You've got HE pen of 45 for 295 damage, with that 1,000 meters a second velocity, which sometimes makes me think, is there any point in loading the HE when I should just load the AP, guarantee the pen, and, you know, rip something to shreds? You got 38 km/h top speed, same as the other two Tiger 2s, but you've got a 700 horsepower engine, which gives you a 10 horsepower per ton ratio, which means you struggle up to that top speed. This tank is not the most mobile Tiger 2 in the universe, and compared to the other two, you do struggle up to the top speed of 38 kilometers an hour compared to those two, who obviously have 870 horsepower with the 12-point-something horsepower per ton ratio, which then don't really struggle up to that top speed. Which means this thing is even worse going up hills than the other two, which is pretty horrible, really. You've got a 400 meters a second... 400 meters a second? 400 meter view range, sorry, which is exactly the same as the other two Tigers. A 1.9 second aim time, which is phenomenal, by the way. Fantastic aim time. 0.32 accuracy, which is fantastic. 0.82 accuracy during rotation with 1.4 during movement. With the gun stabilizer, because I do run the gun stabilizer on this tank, which is pretty damn nice, which means this gun is pretty much always ready to go when you've got it set up like that, with a 6.2 second reload, which, like I say, gives you utterly phenomenal DPM. Because as you see him with, you know, with the setup that we've got like a 4.4 second reload, which means you do shred the enemy tanks so quickly as they just evaporate in front of your gun, which is beautiful. But as you can see, there are major differences in this tank to the other Tigers in the fact that you've got lower damage, you've got lower pen, you've got worse maneuverability, essentially. You've got worse shell velocity. But you trade all that for that incredible DPM that this tank has. In terms of the armor, it's pretty much the same as well. And, yeah, it's the trade-offs that you get. You basically lose quite a lot for that phenomenal DPM. But don't get me wrong, that phenomenal DPM, like I say, is absolutely incredible. And in terms of equipment, by the way, I run the same crew as the other two. And in terms of equipment, I run the same as the King Tiger. The advanced loader, the gun stabilizer, and optics. Optics to be able to spot for yourself so you can get some good spotting out. The gun stabilizer to make this gun really good because, to be honest, this gun can be a little bit troll. And the amount, with just how fast you fire as well, it means you can miss quite a few more shots than you might do with the other two, because you're not always ready to fire if you don't run the gun stabilizer. So I make sure that, because I've got such good DPM, I'm making sure that I'm making every shot count, essentially, so that this gun is always ready to go. And obviously with the advanced loader, you're always wanting to make that DPM better. Oh, that's a blind shot, by the way. We'll take that. Pat on the back, me. Pat on the back. Wow. That was beautiful. And yeah, this game here on this map, which is Vineyards, we've managed to get 4.2k damage with 1,533 assistance, and we're on to 7 kills. We want that Radley Walters medal. I mean, right now, there's the possibility of a Paul's medal. There's 3 tanks left, but there's 3 tanks left. We know where the Artie is, so we're going after that guy if we can. We know where the Mauerbrecher is. We actually had a shot at that guy, but he managed to just get back behind cover. But just as we look up to our left, the Crusader SP is being charged down by the T-34-1, which means that, not T-34-1, the T-34-3, which means, yeah, Paul's medal's probably out the window. So we want to go chasing after tanks for our Radley Walters. So we've loaded APCR because we're going after a Mauerbrecher. Our 212 pen will struggle a little bit with the Mauerbrecher, so we want to make sure that we're going to get the shots in, which we're getting through the back of this guy. And unfortunately, we ricochet a shot there on the side of the Mauerbrecher. But we're detected, and the Mauerbrecher is not looking at us, which means there's still the medium somewhere. I'm like, come on, medium, fire at me, I will spot you. Well, apparently I won't spot it. So, because he's sat right at the back, he's actually behind the bushes. The T-34-3 gets spotted, and I'm thinking, oh no, he's spotted by my ally in the TD. The artillery's looking at him. I just want my Radley Walters. And you can see here with the Capture King Tiger, this is where the mobility, that lack of horsepower compared to the other two, is a little bit of pain. It's that little bit slower that is definitely more painful about this tank. But we're going for the shot here now. The T-34-3 drives straight in front of us. It's like, yes, my son. Please, Radley Walters, let's go. Yes. We secure the 8th kill of the game, the Radley Walters. There's one tank left on the enemy team. It's the Mauerbrecher. Hello, Mr. Mauerbrecher. Come here. I want 9 kills now. Doesn't give me an extra medal. Oh, this is the chance, though. Jump on him. Don't mind if I do. And we secure the 9th kill with absolute style and finish the game with 9 kills. The epic victory, or just the victory. 9 kills, 5.2k damage, 2.5k base XP, 1,533 assistance. The ace tanker, the Radley Walters, the Devastator, Steel Wall, Top Gun High Caliber, and a very, very, very nice game there for the Captured King Tiger. That's a lot of damage compared to the rest of the team. Honestly, this tank, when you're top tier, absolutely cleans up because the DPM is that ferocious that you just completely shred every other tank when you are in that sort of matchup. But that's where it starts to really, because of the mobility and the lack of pen and stuff like that, that's where it really does start to struggle in those tier 9 and 10 battles compared to the other two. I'd rather be in this tank for top tier, the other two for bottom tier, if you catch my drift. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success!